Hi everybody, my name's Kenny. I'm a guitar player. Ooh, like everybody else. Okay, I'm going to teach you something here today that was given to me many years ago by a guitarist named Robert Yellen. I had the pleasure of meeting Robert when I worked on West 48th Street, and I took guitar lessons off him for a number of years. And one of my lessons consisted of working with a 7th chord. And at the time I was like, well, how come this chord is a flat 9 and a +9 and all this jazz? You know, I was young. And he gave me a very simple example, and that's what I'm looking to share with you today, is that the simple example. It's helped me tremendously in my guitar playing. It simplified things for me, and it also it opened some doors, because even though the example I'll give you today, there's other uses. We can get into that in a later lesson. For today, what we do is we take a regular D7 form, and we're going to play the melody on the 2nd string, okay? Up until a certain point. When we get it high enough, then we're going to have to go on the 1st string. And we're going to keep it within the forms as we go along. For example, once the melody starts reaching a point where I have to change the chord, we'll change the chord. Keep in mind that every chord you're going to experience is going to be a chord you'll see in a guitar book anyway. The one beauty of this particular lesson is a lot of times people see a chord, but they don't know where it came from or where it's going and things like that. And the beauty of this, to me personally, is it feels like I get a flow, like a stream or water. I'm not just reaching for the same thing every time, because as you'll see once you play the lesson, you'll see that there's a flow to this. And you can use this, as I said before, in other chord forms and in other things. But let's begin. I'm not big on talk, but to communicate with you guys, I have to speak. So this is my first video ever speaking. I like to let my guitar playing do the speaking, but the main thing here is what I'm looking to do is share with you and give you something that I love, that was taught to me, and hopefully you'll cherish and you'll learn and you'll love it for what it is. Okay, we'll start with a D7 chord. Our melody is the high note D. Moving up one note, we get D7 flat 9. Moving up another note, we get D9 chord, very popular chord. Moving the melody up another note, we get D7 +9 chord, the Hendrix chord, yeah. Now I'm going to shift the form here just to be able to keep the melody going, so we're going to use this form. Typical D7 chord you'll see in any chord book. Suspended chord. I'm going to shift the chord form once again so we can reach this note, and we come up with a D7 flat 5. By the way, for those of you that already know theory, there's other names we can call this, but for now, for the sake of this lesson, we're going to keep the name of the chord D7. D7, D augmented 5, another D7 derivative, D13, you've seen this in the chord books, D7. Now I'm going to shift the chord form just a little bit, and I'm going to play this as more or less like a G7, because the melody's here now, but I'll add the 13th to keep it interesting. Now we're going to add the flat 9. See how this works? D13th with the 9, D7 +9, D7, which is the same as this, D suspended. And now if we want to keep going, if your guitar, this particular guitar is getting a little cramped up here, but it would be this. I kind of like that, man, that's got like a nut sound, you know. Okay, in brief, I hope you enjoyed this little mini lesson.